As we approach the holidays, it can become a very stress-induced time. And I want to share with you some reasons why and what to try to avoid to put yourself in the healthiest position. The first reason that the holidays become very stressful is you're knocking yourself out of your daily routine. And humans are creatures of habit, and their daily routine keeps them in like a safe bubble. So due to the variables, the changes in the holidays with store closings, with where you may be going, and the disruption of the time you're eating, all these different things, it's disrupting your flow of life, your routine, and it's causing extra stress. Number two is you're traveling. Many times during the holidays, you're traveling outside your normal 15-20 mile radius, and you're going a couple hours away or an hour or so away, or sometimes even more, to visit family or friends. And travel, while it can be somewhat fun, it's also very demanding physically, emotionally, and that's extra stress. Next is the holidays is a time of indulgence, meaning overdoing something, letting loose, giving into cravings, alcohol, extra unhealthy food, etc. And you add all this stress along with letting down your disciplines and overdoing things, you can become in a very vulnerable, belligerent state, which can cause more fights and cause you to actually hurt yourself physically, emotionally, relationship-wise, etc. So you gotta always still be a little bit on guard, okay? Especially too if you're trying to get your health together or you're trying to maintain your health. You're very particular about that, because a lot of people, you hear them say they're going to go on a diet after the holidays. But really, the time to maintain a healthy lifestyle is before and during the holidays. If you've developed habits over months and years, and you want to partake in some indulgence, and you have the discipline through the patterns of your life, then by all means. But many people don't, and I didn't at a season of my life. And so you got to be careful with that, okay? Because, that's how you let that devil in, okay? And you destroy your progress. Fourth is you're going to be around people you're normally not. And some of those people may be toxic, whether you're friends, family, or people you don't know. And so you got this extra stress, you got all these variables, and now you got other people in the mix. And see how this is creating like this pressure cooker, this concoction of all these ingredients that a lot of things can go wrong. Even though, chances are we're not going to talk about a major disaster, but we're just talking about holiday season can become heart attack season because of all these things. And the next point I want to bring up is tradition. Some people worship family tradition, culture, tradition, in sacrifice of well-being. The most important tradition you need in life is well-being. And forget about cooking a certain thing or being a certain place or doing a certain thing if it's at the sacrifice of your well-being, and that's because that's not right. And the adults have to take charge of that. And even if you're the only adult and everyone else is by age an adult, when you're a kid, you don't have too much control over the holidays, but be a leader is what I'm trying to say. Traditions are not leaders. Traditions can be unhealthy habits passed on generationally from people who are drunk, knocked out of their daily routine, and just want to make other people happy. Be careful. Enjoy the holidays. Don't be too serious, but take what I'm saying now. Okay, because you got all these factors that can really be a stumbling block. Extra stress, extra unhealthy activity, extra people who are in their own unhealthy state, and all in the namesake of tradition. Celebrate, enjoy, But be on guard. Always be on guard. In a positive way, in a loose way. Don't be too tight, but you know what I mean. Because the holidays are meant to enjoy, not to suffer. And many people act like they're enjoying, but they're just suffering. So don't be fooled by all these smiles. And the final thing is, don't be lonely. There was a season of my life I said I wanted to go to this girl's house or this family's house, and I'm thankful I did. I'm thankful for all the people I went to the house. But one thing I realized, what Scarface realized in the scene in the movie, it's all a show. Okay, is this what it's really about? You're at the dinner table. It's all a show. No matter what family, no matter what people. There's good and bad. Okay, there's better people to be around than not, but don't get so lonely that you think it's better on the other side of the fence, per se. Believe me. And the final thing I want to leave you with is just remember, it's better to eat your normal salad in the parking lot of a dirty car than to go to a gathering in a nice house where everyone's dressed up, playing social games and indulging in what they perceive as great food, but there's an underlying conflict. Food doesn't taste good when you're in an environment that's not good. So again, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to places. I'm just saying it's better to eat alone a basic meal in basic accommodations than going to a dressed up house where there's a lot of stress, a lot of phoniness, okay, and you're hurting yourself. Remember that there's exceptions and everyone's situation is different, but the underlying message is absolute truth. Don't sacrifice well-being for tradition. If you're an adult, create a healthy environment. Don't just create a tradition. If you're an adult, create a healthy environment. Don't just carry on tradition. Thank you for watching.